Let you kids get to bed, I get the storybook.
cmurder's get out of jail free card. Corey Miller, better known to the world as cmurder, the younger brother of rap mogul Master P, has spent the last 20-plus years behind bars at the notorious Louisiana State Penitentiary, better known as Angola. Once a rising star in the rap game and a member of the nolimitrecords empire built by his brother, C, as most inmates called him now, spent his days navigating the harsh realities of prison life. But deep inside, he nurtured a flicker of hope, a hope that one day he would find freedom again. The reason for this story began with a toothache. C had endured it for weeks, the dull, throbbing pain growing worse with each passing day. He put in a medical request to see a dentist, but of course things don't go quickly at High Max Prison. It felt like a half a decade had passed before. Finally, the prison's medical staff decided to send him to a specialized facility to have the pesky, decaying tooth extracted. When inmates are transferred from one prison to the next, they look forward to any opportunity to come up, whether it's meeting a connection that can help them get some contraband in the facility, or just getting to lay eyes on some ass and mo ass. cmurder's transport to the medical prison was uneventful, though. Some old gray-haired guard drove him down, but the return trip would mark the beginning of an extraordinary chapter in Corey's life. He lucked up and got a female prison officer to drive him back to Angola, and the thick, light-skinned 25-year-old's name was Officer Vanessa Hart, a recent college grad with sharp green eyes and a tough exterior that masked her vulnerability. As Corey climbed into the back of the transport van, he noticed her plump ass immediately. Back in the early 2000s when he got locked up, dudes wasn't eating booty like that, so he had never experienced it. But his mind told him to eat her booty like a BK Bacon cheeseburger if she ever gave him a chance. She seemed different from the other officers, younger, less jaded. "Hey, Officer Too Sexy, you had a rough day?" Corey said, deciding to shoot a shot while he had her to himself. Officer Hart glanced at him in the rearview mirror, raising an eyebrow. "You could say that. Your tooth feeling any better?" "The gum still hurts, but I'll live," he replied with a smirk. "You new, ain't you? I ain't seen you round before." Vanessa shrugged. "Been here about a month. Guess our paths just never crossed." cmurder leaned back, his charisma kicking in despite the prison uniform and cuffs. "Well, they crossing now, pretty ass lady." Vanessa chuckled, trying to keep her focus on the road, but something about the tall caramel prisoner intrigued her. She knew he was a violent inmate, someone she was supposed to keep at arm's length, yet his confidence and charm were hard to ignore. By the time they reached Angola, Corey had managed to extract a promise from Vanessa, her phone number, "Just in case I need a little extra help with something," he said, flashing a grin. That night he used his contraband cell phone to call her. To his surprise, she answered on the first ring, as if she was thirstily waiting on him. What started as a casual conversation soon turned into nightly phone calls. Vanessa, curious about who Corey really was, began researching him. She learned about his rap career, his connection to his brother, Master P, and the controversies surrounding his homicide conviction. Though she was barely old enough to remember his music when it first came out, she found herself fascinated by his story and his sexy looks, even though he was older than her dad. "You was really something back in the day, huh, boy? I love that song with Snoop you did. Fuck them other niggas, 'cause I'm down for my niggas," she teased during one of their late-night calls. "I still am something," Corey replied smoothly. "Just need the right person to see it." Over the next 6 months, their relationship deepened. Vanessa started sneaking contraband into the prison for Corey, cell phones, cigarettes, backwoods, and plenty of green to fill him up. She knew she was breaking the law, risking her career, but she didn't care. She was in love. One night as they talked on the phone, C brought up the idea of escape. "Vanessa, I can't do this life sentence these crackers gave me. I gotta get out of here, and I need you to help me." Vanessa hesitated. "Corey, that's crazy. Do you know what they would do to me if we got caught?" "We won't get caught," he insisted. "I've been talking to this guy in my dorm, a cutter. He say every time he cut himself bad enough, they send him to a free world hospital. If I do the same, you can help me disappear from there doing the transport. We'll be free and can spend the rest of our lives together, baby." Vanessa was silent for a long moment. Finally, she said, "If we do this, we not staying in the States. I've been reading about that country, Belize. They don't have extradition laws down there. We could start fresh there. That old rapper, Shine, is like the president or something, and he seems cool.
Why you staring at my booty like that? Since you want to act all thirsty, you need to hit that like and subscribe button for this video. You keep staring at my booty and I'ma tell my man GK, and he ain't gonna let you watch his stories no mo.
Corey's heart raced, excited that she was down with the program. Belize it is, baby! The plan was set into motion. About a week later, after Vanessa set everything up on the outside, making preparations for them, cmurder made a deep cut on his forearm, deep enough to require outside medical attention. As planned, he was sent to a local hospital, being transported by her because she made sure to be available as the transport officer that night. Vanessa was super ready. She had secured a fake ID, rented a getaway SUV that wasn't traced back to her, and even arranged for a boat to take them across the Gulf of Mexico. The escape went off without a hitch. Once they finally reached Belize, 2 days later, cmurder and Vanessa began building their new life together with the $100K he had left over from his no-limit net worth. For the first time in over 2 decades, Corey felt free. Free to love, free to dream, free to start over, and free to smash his badass bitch on a warm-ass Belize City beach. But freedom came at a cost. They were constantly looking over their shoulders at the creepy Belize Army soldiers who knew that C was some kind of American celebrity, knowing that one mistake could bring their carefully constructed world crashing down. Yet, despite the risks, they couldn't help but savor every moment of their unlikely love story. In the end, Corey Miller and Vanessa Hart found a way to defy the odds, proving that even in the darkest of places, hope and love could still find a way to shine. Shine was cool with the whole setup, but that Brooklyn bullshit still pumped through his veins, and he finessed C out of half of his $100,000 net worth, lying by claiming that he could still turn him to Special Agent Vlad and the FBI for the $2 million reward posted.
This dumbass goes and names himself cmurder, then gets involved in an actual murder. Like, what do you think the jury was going to think? I'm going to find his ass and lock him back up, then I'm going to trump up some federal charges on his tall-ass brother, Silk, and the mastermind, Master P. You want $2 million, Shine?
I definitely could use it, but I have principles and morals. Special Agent Vlad. You Americans kicked me out of the country, but I didn't scream fuck the USA. I just finessed my way back in. Cameron and Jim Jones used to be the Harlem diplomats, but I'm a real diplomat.
Despite Belize not having extradition laws. After doing 20 plus years, C wasn't taking a chance and quickly handed over the 50 bands, just happy that he got to spend the rest of his life with a young, beautiful woman that loved his old ass.
We come from the same era, cmurder. So I respect you, but I'm gonna need half of them 100 bands the internet says you have.
Yo, I ain't never met Pac, but I do know he got shot 9 times like me, so we cut from the same cloth. I recently found out that boy, G.K. David, wrote the first fiction book about Tupac. That shit called The Continuance in his fire. He got Pac surviving the drive-by in Vegas back in '96 and going on to be the president. Tupac in the White House. Now ain't that some shit? Y'all gotta read this book. The Amazon link is in the description of this video.
Now continuous, took pockets black in this book. Now continuous, they tried to kill me in Vegas back in '96, but I survived that blick nail on the president.
Y'all need to go read this new book, The Continuance. This book is fire, bro. The dude who wrote this, I think his name is G.K. David, is a freaking genius. I'm back. I'm the mother-loving president, so they gotta do what I tell them to do. Go get the book. It's out now at these links.
West Side.
2022, 2023, and for life.
Go.